Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Smacked into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
We are all ready to go for game number 2 of the day between Release and Premier, as you are watching WRCL Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Once again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you today, live from Fisher Field in Berea. The last time we saw Andrew Reynolds on the mound, nearly 125 pitches. I believe he ended with 119 in the full game outing against T3. While he might not be asked to throw the same amount of pitches today, the ask is still the same. Get a win, a pivotal win in WRCL play. Release now 10-4 on the season. You look at what is to be expected from here on out in the division. Odds are 10 wins would be enough to see a team make it to the NABF World Series. With that logic applied, Stark County and Release are all but in to the NABF World Series. Then there are 6 teams fighting for 2 remaining spots. But still, this is a pivotal game as they look to go for first place, and with it, it might not be a guarantee, but it could be a better draw than a second place team gets. Of course, you'll have to play some teams from the WRCL in the NABF, but you'll also have to play some very tough teams from out of state. It might be easier to play the teams from in-state, but that remains yet to be seen. Leading off here for Premier, just like he did in game number 1, is Kyle Reinberger. Time locally is 6:20, and we are ready to go in game number 2 with a first pitch strike from Reynolds. Looking at Andrew, the rising senior out of Baldwin-Wallace, so pitching on his home diamond, a place that he has not made his debut at yet at the varsity level. But coming out of St. Vincent St. Mary High School, has the ability to be a good pitcher next season for BW. As after this historic campaign, making it back to the College World Series in Division III, they will lose some key pieces of their team. The 1-1 fouled back. It'll be interesting to see how BW approaches the transfer portal, if they do at all. It is just a really interesting landscape as of late. The 1-2 is in the dirt. And the reason I say it has been as of late, you look at Marietta, they lose their ace in Austin Zients to West Virginia. And as of 3 days ago, now 4 days ago, Ty Dennison of Mount Union is also in the portal. So arguably the two best arms, or two of the top 3 arms in the OAC, have departed. Fly ball deep to right, and it'll easily be caught there for out number 1. Tommy Hash not too much behind it. A simple routine play gets us going here in game number 2. As for Premier, if they have any chance of making it to the NABF World Series, they would essentially have to win out from here, which they do have some winnable games coming up, but as the last place team, they're a group that has to do a lot of good going forward to get themselves in that spot. But this is a really scrappy group, a group that has been riddled by injuries, as we have seen, and even between games, the departure of plenty of key figures from that first game. It'll be a difficult task as well to take down this release team in general, as this ball is drilled into left field, but caught. So 2 up, 2 down. And who is that out in left? I believe it was supposed to be Brock Miller. That's AJ Trobetter out in left. Huh. I guess AJ can play anywhere. I think Brock kind of just said go out there. Is that what happened? Close enough. But 2 up, 2 down, as I guess Tro is playing everywhere but catcher today. That one I did not expect. Look at that. That was definitely not Brock Miller. And not Brock Miller again might have to go make a play, as this one is hit to left center, this time more towards center. And it's caught by DeLulo to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 frame to begin Reynolds' time on the mound as we flip to the home half of the first inning, scoreless at Fisher Field.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Berea. Bottom of the first inning, a 1-2-3 frame for Premier. As now their defense looks to hold down the fort in the home half of the inning, taking on A.J. Trobenner, L.A. Mighton, and Braden Bortnick in the batter's box. The same strong top 3 that we saw in game number 1 today. Of course, the first time we saw them, they all got on, loading the bases in the bottom of the first. That time around, could not capitalize. They look to change that here in game number 2 against Isaiah Torres, the starter for Premier. Trebanner takes strike 1. Good question. I believe it's Teal. It is Teal via Berea Mid Park. I kind of knew that one off the top of my head, but I had to make sure. Whoa, some big words from L.A. Mighton. I'm sure he has. Torres is 0-1. Trebanner takes this one over towards second. Bounces off of Snyder's chest. His throw to 1 is good to Schneider. Two names, both similar. They get the out. So 1 up, 1 down to begin the home half of the first, as that'll bring in L.A. Mighton. Mighton had an RBI single that stayed in the infield back in the 6th inning of game number 1. And that was the last bit of offense that we saw today. But for Isaiah Torres, again, another one of those guys who played his high school ball literally within walking distance of Baldwin Wallace. Don't know the exact time frame from here to get to the actual high school, but I would assume it's probably within 3 to 4 minutes at the most. It's not too far down the road. Especially considering the fact that Finney is right next to the high school parking lots, and it is the high school football field. The 1-0, Mighton, a good take. Looking ahead to the next couple of days of our broadcasting schedule, Tuesday through Thursday has a big old red X through it because it is going to be 95 plus degrees. It's not going to happen. The 2-0, again high. And the reason why it's not going to happen, we've even seen it today where the heat has shut off the cameras, which has never happened before. And it's going to be 5 to 10 degrees warmer the next 3 days. So I think Friday, the hope is to go to the 65-degree press box over at John Carroll and do some games. The 3-0, a good drive from Mighton into left center field and down for a 1-out base knock. Mighton, he is cruising, going for second. The relay won't be in time. What a perfect swing there from L.A. Mighton. Exactly what he wanted to do there. Time is called as it looked like he dropped something on the way going to second. But it's still a 1-out double for the former Kenston Bomber. Those are the swings that'll change the game, and that hustle as well. It wasn't the power in game number 1. It was the hustle that got released to where they were. And I feel like that is another prime example of it there. So now a chance for Braden Bortnick to bring him around. And Bortnick will play this one over towards short. This time picked up. Throw to third is in time. A risky move to go for the lead runner, but it was the right move in the end from Reinberger. 2 down. So Bortnick will take first with the fielder's choice. And that'll bring up Andrew Karhoff, the DH, assuming that he is still in the DH spot. I think he is. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some other random changes as this game goes on. I can't be surprised if we don't. But Torres 1 out away from getting out of this first inning. Karhoff takes strike 1. Looking at Premier, it'll be Schneider, Adams, and Wolf from 4 through 6 due up in the top of the second. Still looking for their first base hit, and with it, their first base runner of game number 2. Karhoff takes this one over towards third, but foul down the left field line. Karhoff wearing number 23, the rising sophomore out of Ashland High School by way of Archbishop Hoban. 3-time All-Ohio All-District selection as well, and was a state runner-up. Was a really good player for the Knights. The 0-2 is high. And you look at it in total, 2 letter winners in basketball and 4 for baseball. Of course, being coached by the great TK Griffith in the basketball program over at Hoban. 500-plus wins. The 1-2, a good hold. This past season for Ashland, no games played. But a lot of the guys that came from NEO, same exact thing. And they'll look to figure in next season. As well, a couple of guys from Tri-C looking to do the same thing as juniors. Deuces here on Karhoff. Bortnick's going to go. Ground ball over towards second. Bobbled at second. Throw to 1 from Snyder is in time. His second put out of the inning. And the frame will end there. Just like game number 1, it'll be scoreless through 1 in Berea as you are watching WRCL Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the second inning we go here at Fisher Field, scoreless through one, as you are watching WRCL Baseball on SmeeSports. Again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you today live from Fisher Field in Berea. First pitch from Reynolds will hit the outside of the zone for strike one. Andrew Schneider leads off for Premier in the number 4 spots. Of course, we have seen him a few times over at Tri-C, and he'll look to figure into the fold a little bit more during a sophomore campaign. You look at what Tri-C has done as well, recruiting, bringing in 5 guys from Jackson Community College out in Michigan. Some of their really good local players, Rylan Hurley out of St. Vincent, St. Mary. You bring in Owen Courtney out of New Philly, who we saw earlier on this season, 8 days ago to be exact, hitting a home run for NMC Karavik. That's just the tip of the iceberg of guys that they have brought in to replace a legendary class of 26. A lot of guys who are going on to the Division II and Division I level. 1-2, fouled back and caught. 1 up, 1 down. And for Andrew Reynolds, that'll be his first strikeout of the day. Not really a strikeout pitcher as we saw the last time he pitched, but he gets the job done. Good efficiency from him. And I'm sure if he goes the distance, he doesn't want to really exceed 100 like he had to against T3, which that game, it was such an anomaly at the time, and it still is, as that game easily could have ended in 5, but somehow went the distance, the full 7. And with one away, here comes Connor Adams making his first plate appearance of the day. Currently in the portal via Walsh after playing his high school ball a few years back for Brunswick, as that one will be off his shoulder. So the first base runner surrendered today by Reynolds. And that'll bring up Alex Wolf from the left fielder. Rising sophomore out of West Virginia Tech, played his high school ball for Black River. A lot of guys in that Lorain County area playing here. Of course, you look at the local counties, a lot of those guys just kind of come up to Cleveland to go and play their summer baseball, whether it be collegiately or during the high school time. You kind of can make the correlation of, let's say, Lorain, Cuyahoga, Summit, Portage, and Star kind of gravitate towards Northeast Ohio in the most northern sense of it. The 0-1, perfect. So quickly 0-2 on Wolfram with Friedman in the on-deck circle. For Premier, they have a base runner. They need to do something with it. That was their big issue in game number 1. The 0-2 fouled away. And one of the big differences between the games so far is the lack of foul balls. Up to this point, we saw plenty more in the first outing. Definitely can change, and we can definitely see more as this game goes on. Again, the 0-2, swing and a miss. It'll be a drop third, throw down to first. I think that was more to just kind of try for the back pick. Either way, a strikeout for Reynolds. It's going to be 2 this inning now, up to 2 in total. And whether it be purposely or incidentally, that could have been a back pick for a double play. And now with 2 away, Friedman, the number 7 hitter, will step in. Plenty of power as we saw in the last game. Just needs to find one that he can straighten out and one that he can drop somewhere. As for release, it'll be DeLulo, Miller, and Holcomb. 5 through 7 due up in the home half of the inning. Friedman fouls that one away. A nice crack off the bat. Looking ahead to the rest of our WRCL coverage, if the weather holds up, our plan is to be back here next Monday as Release takes on the Stark County Terriers. That'll be a matchup. The top two teams currently in the division. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Got now 0-2. Again, Reynolds is more of a contact guy, but has relied on the strikeout so far this inning. Now looking for his third and four at-bats to close out this inning. Close, but not close enough. Good patience here from Friedman, wearing number 15. Coming out of Spring Hill College by way of Beechwood High School. Runner goes here on the 1-2. Pitch is low. Throw down to second. Not in time as Shag will cut it off in front of the bag. So first stolen base of the game for either squad. So now 2-2. Base hit could score a run here for Premier, their first of the day, but instead swing and a miss. And Reynolds will get his third strikeout of the inning to close it out. Middle of two in Berea. Reynolds settling in nicely, but still scoreless here at the Fishbowl.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the bottom of the second inning we go, still scoreless in game number 2. As you are watching WRCL Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. First pitch driven deep to right field by DeLulo. But this one will be caught for out number 1. And it looks like Friedman has been moved down to right field. We'll see who's out there in a moment. But it's 1 up, 1 down to begin the home half of the inning, setting up Brock Miller. Miller came on for what initially was going to be a save opportunity, but because of DeLulo's 3-run homer in the bottom of the 5th became just a simple 2-inning relief stint. As Holcomb's 5 innings to begin the game was enough to earn him the win. And now he's on deck. Not too shabby at all for Holcomb. Torres takes his time before the 1-0. And this one is going to take a one-hopper in. As I mentioned, if Release does see Stark County in the NABF World Series Championship game, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Denison versus Holcomb matchup, which easily could go from a Division III versus Division II to a Division II versus Division I matchup. Of course, depending on where Ty opts to go, which again, if I had to guess, it's Kent State. I just think, again, the sibling connection, and considering that Kent has already dipped their hands into the Mount Union cookie jar once this summer, they'll probably do it again. But, of course, that's all speculation until he actually does commit somewhere or he decides to come back, which could happen. The 3-0 skips in for ball 4, and that is not mentioned enough either, where people enter the portal and come back to the school that they were initially at. I believe, at least for a minute, we saw Davian Grant decommit from Mount, recommit, and then decommit again for football. And then I believe Tesaurus was in the portal for a minute in the summer last year, and then in the end opted to finish his time at Mount Union. So it happens. So he could eventually stay. But odds are, again, if I had to guess where he's going, Kent. With one away, here does come Andrew Holcomb. So his first plate appearance of the day after a great outing in game number 1 pitching. Release has plenty of these two-way guys, as so far their 2 pitchers in game 1 were both two-ways, and I don't think Reynolds will fit that bill, but if there were to be a reliever, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a two-way pitcher. The 1-0 hits the bottom of the zone. But for ODU, I would assume Holcomb is going to be more of a PO, as that is what he did last year in 22 innings, or in second-team all-conference. And heading into a sophomore year, the sky's the limit. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. Of course, there is still an option for him to go from the pen to a starting role. Made 16 appearances, so just over an inning of work per with 6 saves. He could stay in that relief effort role, but I don't see it happening. I'd be surprised if he didn't get at least a few starts. The 1-2, a good hold. Thought about it, but in the end stays patient. As the count's now even 2-2 with Hash in the on-deck circle. The sun's starting to cast more shade onto the diamond, at least on this near side. The 2-2 from Torres is high and we are full. It is still plenty warm out, but a lot more manageable in comparison to earlier on today. And with the turf being more shaded, that does make it a lot more manageable to play on. I believe the kind of rule of thumb is 10 plus degrees to estimate how it is on the turf, as there is ball 4. Some position players, it might not affect them, but especially the catcher, extra year, it could affect them, and same with pitching. It'll add extra fatigue on before eventually cutting some outings short. So 2 on, 1 down for Tommy Hash, the right fielder. Drove in a run back in game number 1 of that 4th inning. Isaiah Torres trying to find it again here for Premier. That time, no dice. Looking into Torres, though, 6'2", 205 in stature, 36 innings of work, 18 walks, 18 strikeouts, 2 saves, and a 1-2 record this past season for Teal. So plenty of work for him, and he'll look for an increased role in his sophomore season starting in the fall. Hash will take strike 1 on the outer portion of the zone. Of course, this WRCL has had a lot of amazing players playing it over the years. I think as of late, the most notable alumnus would be Sawyer Salteria, back when Force had their team. The 1-1 well high. And of course, this season, this will be the second campaign ever with 8 teams in the WRCL. 2024 was the first time that happened. The Avalanche in the end forfeiting most of their games, so truly, with all 8 teams playing their games, this is the first time it has happened in this league. And that'll give more opportunities to some guys like a future Solitaria to come in and get some good game time before heading off to college to try and dominate. And I think we're seeing that right now out of Ty Dennison, especially being the next potential D1 product from this league. A walk here would load up the bases for release in the home half of the second. And then from there, they could easily hit around. Instead, a late strike call, and we are full. A good response from Torres. And considering Premier used a total of 3 arms in the last game, they have to be careful with Torres, as they really don't have anywhere else to go. They do have Lincoln Briggs on the bench, which I would assume would be their main bullpen option. Could be their only one as well. Here's the payoff pitch. Hash takes this one up the middle, just sneaking past the mound. Right to short, throw to first is not in time. And it'll be a fielder's choice, splitting up the runners for out number 2. That ball just carried perfectly for Reinberger at short. Led him to the bag. He'll get the out there. But still a chance for Release to drive in one to take an early lead as it turns over to the shortstop in Grant Shagg. After Shagg, it goes to Ditchler, then back to the top with A.J. Trobenner. First pitch fouled back. A big spot here for Release to take an early lead, and with it, get a little bit closer to that 11th win, and with it as well, a chance to stay on track with what the Stark County Terriers have been able to put up in the win departments. The 0-1, Shagg, a good swing over towards third, knocked down, throw to one in time, and again, it's Michael Samana with a run-saving snag at third to end an inning. The first one was a double play, this one just a simple put-out, but he had to hit the deck for that one. Through two here in Berea, scoreless on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Fisher Field. No score through two. Another good defensive game early as you are watching WRCL Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. First pitch taken towards the left side. It's going to stay fair, and there is no possible play down the line. It'll be an easy infield single for Jalen Sanders. I would say the fastest guy on this Premier team, and he has been for the past couple of seasons. That's what he brings to the table. Shot out of a cannon from the box. Makes it down the line in a hurry. And that outside of this offense with R.J. Scoville at the bottom, trying to move him along before sending it back to Reinberger at the top. It's the dream start to the inning for Premier, and it looks like they did it again. They did do it again. It's back-to-back squib singles, I would say. It's essentially a bunt with a swing. Two runners on two pitches. Both going no further than the mound. You gotta love baseball. It's so random. So we go now to the top with Reinberger. 3 for 3 would be madness. There's no way. Oh, he's gonna bunt it. And it's in the same exact spot. Are you kidding? They did it 3 times in a row. How in the world did they pull that off? The bases are loaded on 3 pitches. I had to double check that one to see if it was 3 pitches. It is. I have nothing. I mean, all 3 go to the same exact spot. 2 half swings, 1 on the bunt. Premier finds a way and nearly a hit by a pitch against Samano. I have never seen a team load up the bases without getting the baseball past the mound. Or even to the mound. There's a first time for everything. The 1-0, Samano, a good drive into the outfield and down. Premier will score their first runs of the day, bringing in 2. A 2 RBI single does the trick for Samano. It is 2-0 Premier. They have been working all day for those runs. Samano has been a defensive powerhouse and now does it offensively for the visitors. This is the team's mantra. They find a way to make it happen. 4 base hits in a row. Only 1 leaves the infield. And they even have some cushion to show for it. Now it's Ashton Schneider's turn as he fouls this one off. But this team out of nowhere getting ultra aggressive, and it's paying dividends. For those just tuning in and missing the past couple of seconds, I would go back and watch that. 2 squib singles, 1 bunt, all going to the same exact spot. And then a 2 RBI single for Samano, who has been outstanding today. And there a nice block from Ditchler behind the plates. First bit of real adversity today for Release. How do they manage it? Count 1-1 on the second baseman. Reynolds takes his time and delivers. Schneider, good drive, and through into left field. Down the line it goes. 1 run will score. Samano is going to try to score from first. He will be waved on home, and he is going to score without a fuss. Going to third is Schneider. He will slide in and is safe with a 2 RBI triple. Make it 4-0 Premier. The floodgates have opened for Premier. The 5th base hit in a row. Unbelievable from this offense. Their first 5 hits of the game. 5 of their first 6 base runners. All right there. And they just continue to find a way. What an inning so far as time is called. I don't think anybody was expecting this considering how game number 1 went. And now it's Andrew Schneider's time to come in. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He wants to hitch a ride on the hit parade as well. And he'll take ball 1. Definitely a close miss. But just out of the ordinary what has just happened for this Premier team. Releases offense will have some work to do. Schneider gets a hold of this one. Fly ball sent into center field. This one is going to be caught. And Schneider is going to stay put at third, which is the right call. Only the first out of the inning, though, after 5 consecutive hits, 3 of which did not leave the infield. And that is what makes it so impressive. It's not like they just came out of there and started swinging the bats quite well. Any margin of error could have been 3 up, 3 down. Instead, Premier has the advantage as Connor Adams, the catcher, will step in. 0 for 0 with a hit by a pitch so far. Infield now in for Release as there is strike 1. But this is the beauty of baseball. Any given day, anything can happen. The 0-1 is there as well. After Connor Adams, it goes to Alex Wolfram. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout of the on-deck circle. But 4-0 Premier, 2 driven in by Samano, the other 2 by Schneider. The 0-2 taken over towards first, knocked down. A nice play over at first. Now it's a race to the bag. And it's going to be won by Holcomb. So 2 down now after a nice play there from Holcomb. As mentioned, Wolfram will now step in. And he'll get some words of encouragement from Coach Wisniewski down in the third base coaching box. And as well, there is going to be some action in the bullpen for Premier. And again, I do assume that is Lincoln Briggs. I think it is. I wouldn't be surprised. The question is, does he have 5 innings in him? If that's what it is going to take. You would think he does, as he has pitched in some really tough spots for Tri-C this past season. The 1-0 is driven into left field towards Strohbenner. And he is going to make the catch to end the inning. But how about it for Premier? 3 infield singles in a row to load the bases. 2 RBI single, 2 RBI triple gets it done. Middle of 3 in Berea. 4-0 Premier on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
For the first time today, Release will be playing down. 4-0 your score, bottom of the third inning. It'll be Ditchler, Trobenner, and Mighton. 10-1-2 do it for Release as they try to get their way back into this game. They have plenty of innings to work with, of course, but Premier out of nowhere. That's probably the best burst of offense that we have seen all summer. It's not like a team that had scored 10 priorly and came out and scored 5 more. Really nothing to look into it, but a team who, for the prior 9 innings, had no offense to show for it, comes out, plates 4. That'll turn your head. And it definitely has so far. The 0-1 fouled away. Especially with the breeze and in the shade, a beautiful night for baseball at Fisher Field. I would say get used to this weather, but of course tomorrow and every day through Thursday and potentially Friday, it is going to be 95 plus. Not fun. The 0-2 fouled right towards Premier's dugout and off the roof. I would say that would be a motivator for BW to renovate their dugouts. Still have heard some rumors that potentially a press box is in the works and with it some other field improvements. And I think with their recent success, that would definitely help them find the funding for it. Again, the 0-2, this time taken over towards third. Long throw for Samano, but it is perfect to Andy Schneider, 1 up, 1 down. And we will go back to the top of the order with A.J. Trobenner. Trobenner so far today 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. There's still action in the bullpen for Premier. But I think, as I mentioned before, with it being Briggs, the longer that Torres can go, if he can get you through the 4th inning, a 3-inning relief effort for Briggs would be nothing out of the ordinary. That was kind of his role at Tri-C. You see a couple of the big starters come in. Typically, I would say Torok would be the first guy to come in, and then he would finish off Torok's work. But he kind of just came on for anybody. The 1-0, Trobenner fouls it back. But he had some really big pressure spots, even in the NJCAA tournament where he came on and pitched and did well. Initially committed to Ashland and then decided to go and buy into, at the time, Coach Stahlberg and now Coach Kaplik. The 1-1 from Torres. Trobenner again flies it foul. Kind of 1-2. Again, this past season, a .422 average for A.J. Trobenner at Tri-C. And he will look to be the focal point of the Tops offense in 2027. Looking to be the focal point of the offense here for Release. This time it's in play over towards second base. It's going to be a tough play to make, and there is no play to make after all. Trobenner legs out an infield single with 1 away. Torres could have went for that one. Let it go to Snyder in the end. Probably should have crashed down on it. But either way, Release will take the base runner. That's one of those you have to have that communication. That ball wasn't really moving that fast. I think next time that's one that he goes for. But for Release, this is one that they can make it hurt against Premier. As it'll be Mighton trying to move along Trobenner. Initially slated to be in the EH spot for this game, but in the end, at the last second, moved over to left field. And the first pitch of this at-bat is in for a strike on Mighton, exactly at 7. Easy to tell when it's the top of the hour as the bells chime here on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University. No matter when it is, those bells do chime. The 0-1, a good hold high. Mighton now at Panola College after transferring out of Akron. Going back to his time at Akron, had 1 hit and 1 walk in 2025. Of course, before that was a state champion with Kenston. The 1-1 fouled off towards his own dugout. Count out 1-2 with the Bortnick in the on-deck circle. Release looking for win number 11 on the season, Premier number 4. This would be a massive win for Premier as they need this one to really keep their NABF hopes alive. The 1-2 out wide. And as well, we'll check for a score update from the Stark County Terriers. Actually, no, they don't play today. They'll be NMC. No, they do play there. They're winning 5-0 in their game against NMC. So that's a big result for them. And also, given this one, that'll help them kind of extend their advantage at the top of the division. The 2-2, sharp rip, but foul again over towards third. But I would assume that means they're in game number 2 and decently into game number 2 with that in mind. But we'll see here with the 2-2 counts. Yes, they won 10-0 their first game and up 5-0 in game number 2. This 2-2 is driven deep to left, and it's going to drop in there. A nice little one-out single for L.A. Mighton. Another nice crack off the bat. This one, a more convincing base knock for Release. And that'll put a pair on for Braden Bortnick. This is where Release can battle back in the game and change it. As well for NMC, they trail in the top of the 4th. So that game going a little bit faster than this one, but not by much. Of course, if Premier starts to give up some runs here, it could be Lincoln Briggs' time sooner than Coach Wisniewski would have liked. Bortnick will take strike 1. This past season for Tri-C, batted .371 with 23 RBIs, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run with as well. 23 stolen bases tacked on. Was one of the more efficient base stealers at Tri-C this past season. As for Premier in the top of the 4th, they will turn to Friedman, Sanders, and Scoville, bottom 3, 7 through 9. Release batting 10 in this game, Premier only batting 9. We'll see if that eventually does make a difference in this game or not. The 1-1 from Torres, fouled away. So now 1-2 on the third baseman, with Karhoff waiting in the on-deck circle. 2 on, 1 down, bottom of 3. Premier up 4-0 on Release. If this result were to hold, Premier and Release would split the honors today in Berea. Release definitely wants to take both games. Premier, they need this one, though. That's a big question. Which team would hypothetically and realistically need it more? That really doesn't influence the game all too much, but would a 4th win or win 11 be more beneficial for Premier and Release respectively? It's definitely an interesting one. The 2-2, sharp grounder over towards third. This could be 2. Samano flicks over in time. Throw to 1 on the return is not in time. We've seen it plenty this summer, but yet another fielder's choice up the middle, splitting the runners. 2 down. Good hustle, though, on the back end from Bortnick, especially given how much time it took for that transfer. You cannot get doubled up at first. You have to get there and extend this inning and now give one of your power hitters a chance to come in and at least get one of the runs back, if not more. I also wouldn't be surprised to see Bortnick take off. And he will do just that. Throw down to second is not in time. Nice little one-hop throw from Adams. but a few seconds behind the speedy Bortnick. As well for Braden, that was his second fielder's choice of the game. That'll be his resume as things stand. But Andrew Karhoff looking to cut into the deficits. Sharp grounder over towards second. Snyder's throw to first is in time, and it will remain 4-0 as we flip to the fourth inning. Premier's defense showing up again like they did in game number 1, but still plenty of time for release. Bottom 3 due up: Friedman, Sanders, and Scoville for Premier when we return to the Fishbowl.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the fourth inning we go in game number 2 of our doubleheader here today at BW. 4-0. Premier on top after a really strong third inning offensively. Again, they began that frame with 3 infield singles, 5 hits in a row. It was strong hitting altogether. And now the bottom of the order tries to do it again here. Deep throw for Bortnick over at third. One hops to first, and it is in time to Holcomb. 1 up, 1 down. A strong rounder from Friedman, but Braden Bortnick, one of the best arms in the JUCO area here. And he shows it again. Wherever he ends up after next season, they are going to be getting a great utility middle infielder and third baseman. He could honestly play anywhere from second to third. And with that arm, he could be able to play in the outfield. Sanders has a chance to put this one down in fair territory, but it's going to be caught on a great slide. What a snag and right for out number 2 by Hash. If that ball got down, that was probably going to be extra bases given Sanders' speed. That saved at least 1 base, if not more, as he easily could have turned that into a triple. Nice little sliding snag now setting up RJ Scoville in the EH slots. As well, we have been told Lincoln Briggs, he will be on the hill for Premier in the 4th. So it looks like his job is going to be more than what we initially thought, which is okay. He can come out here for 4 innings, in my opinion, if that's the goal, and do a good job. If it's 3, that works too. I think the question is, if he's doing good, do you keep him on, even with a pitch count? If not, is Ashton Schneider coming back on for his second stint today? I think those are probably going to be your options. Stay with Briggs or go back to Snyder, which you could be missing somebody there, but I think just kind of based on who they have today, that's probably what they would do. And there is ball 4, so the inning will continue. Scoville draws the walk, and we will go back to the top of the order with Kyle Reinberger. But their bench, they do have Briggs and then Maeslick out of Walsh. Potentially could pitch, but I think Briggs will be their guy going forward, especially if they have this lead and they think that he is going to be the guy that can get them this win. They'll go with it. They haven't won much this season, so if you can take one away from here, you'll improve to 4-12. You still have an outside chance at an NABF World Series bid. You have to see what you can do from there. Reinberger, a good drive into right center field, and it is going to be caught again by Hash on the slide, and the inning is over. 2 catches this inning, 2 big catches from Tommy Hash out in right field, 1 on the line, 1 more towards center. Middle of 4 here in Berea. Score remains 4-0 Premier.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Premier has gone to their bullpen in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is the rising sophomore out of Tri-C and Lincoln Briggs coming on to throw. Right now the question is, how long will this outing be? Is this going to be a 4-inning opportunity to go out here and seal the win for Premier? Is this going to be a few innings to bridge to somebody else? That remains yet to be seen. But this past season for the Tops, 23 2/3 innings of work, 16 runs allowed, 13 of which were earned, 20 walks, 31 punch-outs, a sub-5 ERA at 4.94, 2 saves, and a 1-1 record in 12 total appearances, one of which was a start. Again, initially was going to go to Ashland, decided to go and flip his commitment to Tri-C, and was a pivotal pitcher out of the bullpen for Coach Nick Kaplik in his first year as the head man over at Ron Model. So Ryan DeLulo, Brock Miller, and Andrew Holcomb step in here, 5 through 7 full release, down by 4, trying to change their fortunes here in the middle of the ball game. Again, Release is in a good spot to be in the NABF World Series, but a few more wins would definitely help solidify that. Premier needs this win realistically to still have an outside chance to qualify. The 0-1 will skip away from Adams and go to the backstop. Again, I think Briggs does have the capability to go out here and pitch more than just 2 or 3 innings. I think he can finish this one out. Depends as well how well Release hits him. If he's untouchable, I think you keep him out there as long as he can possibly go. The 1-1 is low to DeLulo. You go back to him in the 5th inning of game number 1. Had the massive 3-run homer out and left. And that was enough momentum to give Release the win, 6-0 in the end. Of course, Mighton came on and finished the job with an infield RBI single in the 6th. Good swing, but foul by the former Poland Seminary Bulldog. I'm the only Youngstown native on this roster. And I believe another one, the only Youngstown guy playing today. And of course, the Youngstown area can be kind of expanded. Poland, of course, does count. I would say kind of about as far out as Canfield would count. But again, this isn't geography class, this is baseball. The 2-2 from Briggs, a good drive from DeLulo, falls in right field. And it is going to be a leadoff single for the Penguin. He has been swinging it quite well today. And that'll set up Brock Miller. It's former top versus top. A top will have a successful at-bat here. Just depends which one. Again, after Miller, it goes to Holcomb, then Hash. And Hash has had himself quite an inning with 2 great catches out and right. We've already seen Simano transfer the defense into offense today. That being for Premier. As well, for those who are invested in it. The Germany-Paraguay game has gone to penalties. 1-1 over there in Boston. And wow, it's the ice cream truck. I can hear the music from here. The 1-0. Ooh. Don't know what Brock did during the Tri-C season, but clearly it's coming out here. We'll have to ask him later. But a 2-0 count here. I just think it's hilarious that the ice cream truck is pulled up, and I don't think anybody went to it the first time. Let's try it again. The 2-0. Miller takes strike one. Brock this past season for Tri-C batted .297 with 26 RBIs, 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 12 stolen bases, playing in a total of 46 games. Played in pretty much every single game for Tri-C. DeLulo's going to break here. Half swing, he did go. Throw down to second is not in time. DeLulo is in with a stolen base. Second stolen base of the game for release. Count out 2-2 on Miller. Brock looking to drive in DeLulo from second base now. Down by 4, this would help. At the same time, Briggs is looking for his first out, and with it, his first strikeout. The 2-2 runs well in on Miller, and we are full. A great battle here, and no surprise, especially in live pens. These guys have faced each other before. And as his teammate at Tri-C, I'm sure Brock knows what Briggs brings, and on the opposite end, Briggs knows what Brock brings to the table offensively. The payoff pitch, though, is wide for ball 4, and it's Brock Miller showing his experience, taking down his former teammates. And that'll put a pair on here for Andrew Holcomb out of Walsh Jesuit High School. And Walsh the last couple of years have had some really good baseball teams. Struggled early on this past season, but figured it out in the end. Made it to the Final Four, beat Hoover, made it to the state championship game before bowing out, losing to New Albany in the end. But Walsh had some really tough games on the road to even get there. Came in as maybe a lower seed than they would have liked. But that win over Shaker, who initially was supposed to be Lakewood, showed the kind of quality they have. And were we surprised? No. And Holcomb a big example of it, albeit now an alum. The 1-0. DeLulo's going to break here, and there is no contest at third. I mean, he had plenty of speed behind that slide as well. I mean, if this was a rainy day, he probably would have slid off the bag. Wouldn't have been surprised to see it either. 2-0 count though on Holcomb. A chance, though, to load up the bases. And if so, it's Hash's opportunity to take. After him, Shank, Dishler, then top with Trobenner. That's the thing with baseball. You never know where the game is truly going. And this walk would definitely be a big change in the game. Keep in mind, still no outs in the home half of the 4th inning. And as well with Premier's pitching, Briggs is probably going to be their last arm, maybe their second to last. But he needs to get a couple of good innings behind him. And with it, he needs his first out. The 3-1, it is wide for ball 4, and the bases are loaded, none down for Hash. And I think this is where Premier is going to go and call time to go and settle down their pitcher, and that is exactly what Coach Wisniewski is going to do here. Could still be a call to the bullpen. I don't think you would do it here, but it is definitely on the table. Again, I'd be surprised. We'll see. It's a big decision either way. You're up by 4. This is a must-win game. You have to do whatever you think is best if you're Coach Wisniewski. And I think what you should do is keep him on. Give him at least one more, if not 2 batters. If that doesn't go well, then make the change. That's what I think he is going to do. But again, there's a reason why I'm here, and he is out there on the mound talking to his pitcher. Even if he wanted to make a change, who else does he even have? That's the big thing. If there's nobody else available, it's an easy decision as Briggs will stay on the mound as expected. But one thing is for sure, he has to come out here and bring his best. If he can do that, definitely a chance to get out of this inning as Premier has gotten out of worse. And in fact, they've gotten out of this exact spot, but with no cushion. So Tommy Hash 0 for 1 today with a fielder's choice groundout. Still able to make it in the end. The lefty looking to put release on the board in the 4th. And he is coming out swinging, fouling that one back. But this is definitely where the game could change for Tommy Hash and company. This past season did not play at all for ONU. But if he can put together some good swings here and with it a couple of RBIs, that'll help further his case to go and play in some key OAC games this next season for the Polar Bears. Weak contact over towards the mound. Briggs will get the out at first, and there is no play to make at first. So they get the out at home. They got the lead runner, 1 down on the fielder's choice. So that is the second player on this release team to begin the game with 2 fielder's choices. Joining Braden Bortnick in that category. But that'll make things a little bit easier for Premier as here comes Grant Shagg. Definitely a great hitter, but a double play ball would get you out of the inning. You just have to be careful and avoid the walk at all costs. That is the guarantee. If you avoid the walks, you'll be in a decent spot. I feel like Premier, if push comes to shove and you have to make plays in the field to get out of this inning, they can do it. They have shown it today. The 1-0 wide for ball 2. If there's a walk, there's nothing you can do about it as a defense. But all this right now residing on Lincoln Briggs. He needs to find the zone here. The 2-0. Same thing, misses for ball 3. Again, you look at that bullpen. Nobody out there. He is going to be in here for the long haul. Can't give up a run via the walk. You can't here. Here is the 3-0. 3-0, and that one's fouled back, so now 3-1. Very competitive pitch for Briggs. Just needs to stay dialed in. No margin for error. And to be fair, same with Shagg in the batter's box. You're the team down by 4 here. But that can easily change with one big swing of the bat. Ooh, a late strike call. That one looked low from here as he did toss the bat. Kind of running full 3-2. A strikeout here would be huge for Briggs. A walk would be just as big for release. Here comes the pivotal payoff pitch, and it is going to miss for ball 4. That'll be Release's first run of game number 2, making it 4-1. And now the tying run will stand at first. That's huge going forward for this Release team. Only 1 down. That's the key. 1 out. You still have 2 to play with here. And it looks like it is going to be some stretching, not throwing, for Maslick out of the pen. And that could be their next move. Briggs' first pitch misses wide and high for ball 1. Premier up 4-0 to begin the inning. Now 4-1. They have to keep it here. This Release offense too good to give them free runs. Briggs is 1-0, swing and a miss on the chase. Of course, this isn't like a collegiate season where you have a bunch of other arms available either. But this is a good exercise for Briggs and company to see how they work against this adversity. You get it in a live game scenario and you see how you adapt. Good ground ball over towards left field and through. Holcomb will score, and they will hold up Hash. So it's an RBI single for Logan Ditchler. That'll make it 4-2. And now here comes A.J. Trobenter. Bases still loaded, still 1 down. Tying run in scoring position for Release. This is the Release offense that we expected to see coming in. This is where their big inning has to take place. Trobenter. So far in this game, a single and a ground out. Trying to replicate the single, and with it, that could be enough to tie up the game against his teammates. Trobenter, sharp grounder over towards short, picks up, throw to 2, bobbled on the transfer, and there is no return to first. So Trobenter will drive in 1 with this fielder's choice. And just like that, it's a 1-run game. Now 4-3, good hustle from Trobenter down the line, but that bobble was killer at shorts. So now LA Mighton with an opportunity to tie up this game at 4 in the bottom of the 4th. Briggs back to work as his first pitch will miss inside for ball 1. For Premier, looking to the top of the 5th, it'll be Samano, Snyder, and Schneider. 2 through 4 due up. And they'll have some work to do to try and extend their lead right now, sitting at a 1-run advantage. Could easily be a tie game or a deficit, just depending on what happens here. But for LA Mighton, so far today, a double and a single has looked good so far. And he's picking up where he left off from game number 1 today, which he ended with an RBI single. The 2-0 is low for ball 3. And if the bases were to load, it'd be yet another Tri-C versus Tri-C battle. Briggs versus Bortnick. Briggs here needs to find the strike zone. And there it is at the end. So 3-1 on Mighton, a chance for him to get more aggressive here. 4-3, Premier still up by 1. This is still their game for the taking. But Release has made this one a lot more manageable. Right now, 90 feet away from tying it. The 3-1 will skip away for ball 4. And there it is, we are tied. The pass ball does bring in a run as expected. And we have a new ball game here in the home half of the 4th inning. So Bortnick, less pressure here than before. But still an opportunity to give Release their first lead of this game. Both teams have had a 4 spot so far in this game. Release trying to make theirs a 5 spot. And as well, another World Cup update. Germany has saved 2 penalties and has forced another round of penalties. That is incredible. Bortnick, sharp grounder over towards third and foul. Again, looking at the rest of our schedule this week, odds are we are going to be at John Carroll on Friday and Sunday, at least Sunday. Potentially Friday, just depending on which box of the 2 we can get in. The 0-1, Bortnick, a good drive into right field and down. They will send home Schrobenner. There is no play at the plate, and it is Braden Bortnick giving Release the lead now 5-4 in the bottom of the 4th. The comeback is complete. It is Bortnick from Tri-C getting the hit off of Briggs from Tri-C, scoring Schrobenner as well from Tri-C. It is a Tri-C play through and through. This team has battled for this opportunity, and they get it in the end. And now a chance for Karhoff to continue this excellent end of the inning. So runners at the corners, a chance for Release to further this lead. But Premier, they have battled well in this game. But it looks like when push comes to shove, the 4th inning, where it changes in favor of Release. Runner goes in the 1-0 as Karhoff fouls it away. Count now even at 1-1. And again, going back to the World Cup, Paraguay has upset Germany. 4-3 on Pens. Unfortunately for Coach Wisniewski, that does not sit well for his parlay. He'll be okay. The 1-1 wide for ball 2. Again in the 5th for Premier, they will bring up Samano, Snyder, and Schneider. And they are going to need some run supports. But game number 2 has been a good back and forth game, kind of as expected. Premier getting their offense going in this one. But as things stand, it is not going to be enough. An easy base there for Bortnick, so now 2 in scoring position with a 2-2 count for Karhoff. 5-4 Release on top. Briggs just looking to get out of this inning and give his offense another chance in the 5th. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss. Briggs will get his first strikeout of the game, and the inning is over. Release, though, comes back and responds with 5 runs to take their first lead of the game through 4. It is 5-4 Release on top of this offensive affair.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It's Michael Samano leading off for Premier at the top of the fifth inning. It's a new ball game here, as it is now 5-4 release. A 5-run fourth inning is enough for release, as they have their first lead of game number 2. Samano, the last time we saw him, a 2 RBI single. And he'll begin this inning with a ground ball foul down the left field line. The top 3 up this inning, you can combine their efforts. 2 for 3 with a triple, 4 RBIs, and 4 total bases. Not too shabby for the 2 through 4 the last time up. Samano pokes this one up towards second, bobbled at second, and he will beat it out. It'll be an E4 from Mighton. And the leadoff man is aboard for Premier, bringing back in Ashton Snyder. Again, Snyder had that big triple his last time up, driving in a pair. He won't have the same RBI opportunity. But with a tying run over at first, still a chance to move him along as he looks to help his team make a gutsy comeback in the end. They have 9 outs to play with. They need 1 to tie, 2 to take back their lead. And again, the question will be, who is going to be pitching in the 5th? Briggs did pitch the 4th, gave up the 5 runs. It could go to somebody else in the 5th, but that remains yet to be seen. Good drive here into right field. It is going to be foul. And it is no. It's going to be fair. Throw to second is going to be in time for out number 1. But I think the wind the last second knocked that ball fair. It'll be a long fielder's choice. Just an unfortunate one as Schneider will replace Samano at first. That ball looked destined to go foul. But a good response from Holcomb, seeing it drop fair, making the throw. It's a simple play in the end. And now Andrew Schneider will step in, trying to take down Andrew Reynolds. I think Release is going to try to let him finish this game out if possible. Maybe you go to your pen again. It is going to be a close game, so you might want to have a closer in mind and ready to go. I think it is definitely an option. I don't really think there's a pitch count in place for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he does go the distance. We're not going to go here. Pitch is wide. Throw down to second. It's close, but not in time. Snyder able to slide on in there with a big stolen base, putting the tying run in scoring position. But this game looks to be a battle from here on out, unless Release can go out and play the bunch in the 5th or 6th. The 2-0, Snyder holds and takes strike 1. After the first baseman, it goes to Connor Adams, the catcher. Premier has done well in game number 2 to hang in it. But they need some more run supports. 2-1, high and wide. Time 7:35, so an hour and 10 minutes into game number 2. But a beautiful night for baseball either way. The 3-1, not going to be there. It's ball 4. And that'll put 2 on, 1 down now. Bringing up Connor Adams, the catcher. Hit by a pitch and a ground out to Holcomb at first so far today for him. And we'll see what the catcher can do here. Premier's offense has come to life a few times today, but only the 1 inning, the top of the third, has produced any runs. And of course, it goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway. They're going to need at least 1 more inning with runs if they are to get back into this game. And it now looks like there will be some throwing in the bullpen for Premier. At least some preliminary throwing behind the pen. Sharp grounder up the middle, over towards second. The flick to 2 is in time. Return to 1 is there as well. It's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Releases defense, flashes the leather, and keeps it 5-4 as we flip to the home half of the 5th inning in Berea.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Berea. Bottom of the 5th inning. 5-4 release. Hanging on to this one. A really good WRCL matchup here for release. This is a good tune-up game. You go to next Monday. You host the Stark County Terriers, a team that has lost 1 game this season, which was their first game of the season. They have won everything since, and they have been good. So this is a good sign of things to come for release heading out of this one, as this ball will be caught by Snyder over at second for out number 1. So it was DeLulla, Miller, and Holcomb. Now Miller and Holcomb this inning for release. Brock Miller, as we've mentioned time and time again, and even joked about during the break, 2-time Lorain County Player of the Year out of Keystone High School. I mean, he definitely helped put that school on the map. And even now, there are a couple of really good prospects coming out of Keystone that we have seen. It's no surprise, especially given the small-town schools that we have seen today. I would say Norwayne is up there on there. Keystone, and I believe one other one that kind of fits that criteria. The 1-0 wide for ball 2. It's not Waynedale's the one I'm thinking of. I know that. There are no Norwayne, or Waynedale players, rather. Triway is another one that we've mentioned. And they've had some good players come out over the past couple of seasons. The 2-0 Miller, a good drive over towards short. Bobbled by Reinberger. His throw to first is just in time for out number 2. Reinberger has been quite solid today. A lot of sharp grounders over towards him, a couple of nice double plays, turns, some nice catches. Altogether, a solid performance for him. And for Premier's defense, the longer they keep this game where it's at, the better. Briggs, he has helped them get out of this a little bit. But his day will be done on the mound. Had some struggles in the fourth inning, came up, 2 down to begin this inning. But he will toss things over to the bullpen. Bottom of 5, 2 down. Pitching change here for Premier in the bottom of the 5th.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Ryan Maslick is ready to go out of the pen for Premier in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 up, 2 down to begin for Lincoln Briggs. And he now tosses it over to the rising sophomore out of Brunswick over at Walsh. Maslick coming in, 5'11", 185 in stature. Didn't play at all last year for Walsh, but again, as I mentioned with a couple of schools, the JV program facilitates the underclassmen. Adrian does it. Walsh, for the most part, does it as well. Ashland, I think, does too. But a lot of these schools like to give their freshmen time to get acclimated to college baseball before bringing them into the fire, as this ball will drop right on the W in right center. It's a 2-out base knock for Andrew Holcomb. As for Andrew Holcomb, came out guns a-blazing, all conference honors, and a .19 ERA as a freshman for Ohio Dominican. It just depends on what school it is and the level of player of what they want to do, and of course, how much talent is there. You go back to Mount Union, as that's the comparison I can make. Ty Dennison wasn't really even in consideration to pitch until the end of his sophomore season, where he set a inning record for himself at the collegiate level against Catholic in the playoffs because Anthony Warner had a struggle early. And then he became the ace out of nowhere, and a guy that you're kind of thinking, where was he the past couple of seasons? That's what happens with a lot of these guys, especially later on in their careers collegiately. They have a breakout season at some point after spending some time on JV. And it's the same thing for a lot of high schools. So I know Hudson is one of the baseball programs over there with Buddy Dice, who doesn't like to promote freshmen to varsity. They keep them at a lower level, they let them develop, and then they bring them up. And you look at Hudson, the Dennisons have come out of there. Other great players have come out of Hudson. And they have been competing with a lot of amazing talents because of how they develop players. Colleges, of course, go with that same approach, and you go back to, well, before any of these guys or myself was born, there was freshman and then varsity for college where the freshmen had to go and play at that lower level to begin their careers. Fly ball from Hash sent into deep center field, and it's going to drop over the center fielder's head for extra bases. That'll bring in one. Hash will stop at second with an RBI double. It's an insurance warrant run for release. That'll make it 6-4. I mean, that ball just kept carrying for Tommy Hash. His first non-fielder's choice of the game as well. And it comes at a good time, bringing in a pivotal run. And you kind of feel that this release team has more confidence as this 5th inning comes to a close. So my question with it is, why would you pull Briggs after he got the first 2 outs of the inning easily? I mean, if there's a pitch count concern, give him a couple of pitches extra to see if he can go out there and get the outs. And I know Tri-C would not implement that pitch count on him. So why pull him there? Definitely an interesting one. And now Shag, a good drive deep to left field. This one is going to drop off the left fielder's glove. And that's why you always run it out. Shag is going to third. He might come home. They're going to hold him at third. And now he will think about it but stay put in the end. It'll be an error out in left that'll bring in run number 7. But if he would have kept going after that ball went wide, he easily could have come around to score. I mean, he drilled that baseball pretty deep. It was not an easy one to take care of. But that's one, if it's in the glove, you have to make that play. I think the entire dugout kind of shot out of their seat and just said, go home. Why not? And now Ditchler will try to drive him in with Trobender in the on-deck circle. After Premier scored the first 4, it has been 7 unanswered for release. That's the danger of release. That is what they always do, no matter what level it is. And we have seen our fair share of release teams over the past couple of years. Carinchi's group was the first one that we saw, with Jack Zarco now going to play Division I football. You go from that to Edwards, both with his 17U team and 15U release dick, having Riley Vertebra out of Lakewood. The collegiate team a few years back having some really good players, and of course this one as well. It's a program thing for release. They know how to score runs. And as I said a few times, if you averaged out the amount of runs they score per game across every single release program that we cover, odds are their run per game average will be the highest of any organization. Is that some recruiting? The 2-1, swing and a miss. I'm hearing John Carroll's on the table for Trobender. If that's the case, come to Mount Union. Come on now. Really? He doesn't want to go and replace Drew Denham, who's going to Kent State. I mean for after Tri-C, AJ. I can recruit for both. Come on. There we go. He's liking my idea now. I'm liking what he's saying. Ground ball taken over towards short. Throw on the run from Reinberger is picked by Schneider, and the inning is over. Yet another good play from Reinberger, and Schneider with a nice pick over at first. And I think A.J. Trobender has just told him to pack it up and kick rocks. To the 6th we go. Release, plates a couple, now 7-4, up by 3 in the driver's seat, looking for win number 11.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
We have seen it all today here at Fisher Field. We had a top tell another top to go home. We had some recruitment. We've had some runs. We've had some interesting moments. and we had the bases get loaded on back-to-back-to-back infield singles that did not reach the mound. It's baseball at its finest. For Premier, it'll be Wolfram, Friedman, and Sanders. 6 through 8 due up here. It's a 3-run game after release. Played it a few more in the home half of the 5th. 7 unanswered from release. It's what you expect to see from them game in, game out. Of course, Andrew Reynolds will remain on the mound. All 3 strikeouts came back in the 2nd inning. I said it back then. He is a contact pitcher, and he has lived up to that today, and he does right here. Ground ball to Bortnick over at third. His throw to 1 is true to Holcomb. 1 up, 1 down. Again, I'll say it for any of the college coaches watching that want to recruit that kid. Second, short, third. He can play anywhere with one of the best bats and some good speed. He'll place well after Tri-C, and a lot of these guys that we are seeing today from Tri-C who still have eligibility can place quite well. And it would not be a surprise at all. Typically, those guys are going Division II or higher. But that definitely could change. You go back a few years, Colin Russ, a former Holy Name catcher, so some bias over there, as I was a namer who also caught for the freshman and JV program back in the day. Ended up at Division III Bluffton. That, of course, was a part of that team that had Kyle Kohler, the last All-American to come out of Tri-C. Count 0-2 here. And a nice back out there from Friedman. As well, it had Connor Bozak on that roster, who came out of Bay and also played for release. And I believe was a part of that Milwaukee squad that upset Wright State to make it to the NCAA World Series at the Division I level. And now I believe he is in the portal. Here's the 1-2. It'll be a drop third strike. Strikeout number 4 for Reynolds. Throw down to first base will be in time on an excellent stretch from Holcomb. It's 2 up, 2 down. I think Holcomb had to use every bit of that 6'2 frame there to get to that baseball. Of course, just mentioned the contact pitching, and he goes right back to the strikeout after a long hiatus. With 2 away, here comes Sanders, who easily could have been 2 for 2, had the single. It was an easy infield single for him, and that began that great 3rd inning. His second time up, a good drive to the right field line. Hash slides and makes the catch. If that ball gets down, at least 2, if not 3 bases for Sanders. Out here, the fastest guy for either team playing today. And some good power, too. That one just pulled towards the trees. And again, I think it was great placement from the BW grounds crew to have those trees over there. If not, it would be a liability to park your car over there. And I think based on the trajectory, that one could have hit my car. So I'm very grateful for that as well. Once again, this is my one time every time going to BW that I say, as a Mount student, I appreciate BW. Doesn't happen all too often. So take it while you can. Count 2-1 on Sanders. This time takes it over towards short. Shag's throw across the diamond is not going to be in time. You have to get it out quicker than that to get Sanders. Now 2 for 3 with 2 infield singles. And did I add, he also has some good power. He has been a fun watch over the past couple of seasons in the WRCL. You don't call his name all too much, but if you do, it is for a play just like that. Well, watch this one back. It looked to be a routine ground out. And then you flip the camera over. Nope, he's already at the back. That's just who he is as an athlete. And when he puts the ball in play, it is tough to take care of business against him. And he's going to take off for a second here. The 0-1 is high. Throw is in time. They got him. The only way to beat speed is anticipated. Ditchler does it perfectly, and the inning is over. It takes a lot to throw out his speed, but Ditchler does just that behind the dish. I mean, just to watch this one back, it was perfect placement on the throw, essentially slid into the tag. And that is enough to take us to the home half of the 6th inning. Score remains 7-4 release here at Fisher Field.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Top three duo for release in the home half of the sixth inning. Trobenner, Mighton, and Bortnick as they look to get some extra insurance on the board to close this one out. Trobenner, a good drive over the shortstop and through into left field. It's a leadoff single for the left fielder. That does not roll off the tongue. A.J. Trobenner again getting the last second nod in left field. He is now 2 for 4 in this game with an RBI. He can play anywhere. And yes, I tried recruiting him to Mount Union, and he said no. So unfortunately, Purple Raider fans, we will not see him in the 2027 season. Or 28, rather. As he'll finish out a try. See, we had a try. We had a try for 2028. He'll definitely go somewhere higher than Division III, in my opinion. I think, again, the talent is there. The ability is there. Everything is there with A.J. Trobenner. And if he ends up D1, I think we've kind of talked about an Akron or a Kent for him. I wouldn't be surprised. And yes, that's the classic mold we give, but for good reason. Mighton fly ball into shallow center field. And it'll be easily caught for out number 1. But a lot of the best hitters that we're seeing in Northeast Ohio are being snapped up by Akron and by Kent. So it's an easy comparison to make. I know we've kind of matched Make Trobenner and in the past, Leo Sonneson of Lorain County with them. The hitting just makes sense. It fits the mold as Kent tries to go and recruit everybody under the sun in Northeast Ohio. And to their credit, it has worked out. They've gotten some really good players over the past couple of seasons. Now Braden Bortnick will step in as he takes strike 1. As for Premier, they will bring up 9-1-2. As it'll be Scoville, Reinberger, and Samano next inning. Another good drive into left field, and it is going to get down again. Bortnick, he is going to go for a second. Trobenner going for third. He will be waved around to come around and score. Bortnick, he will go to third, and he is going to be safe with an RBI triple. Make it 8-4 release. Up by 4. They have their cushion and then some again. Just a perfect swing from Bortnick. His second RBI of the game. That ball just kept carrying on the carpet. And that's the danger of playing on a fully turfed field. If that ball skips off the ground with some good speed, it is going to continue its run and never stop. Now a chance for Andrew Karhoff to drop and get in run number 9 as he places this one over towards short. Reinberger on the run makes the play for out number 2, but Morton comes around to score anyway. It's 9-4. So a productive out there for Andrew Karhoff as he gets the job done, his first RBI of the game. And that'll bring in Ryan DeLulo, who hit a home run earlier on today in game number 1 in the 5th. And that was the kickstart for this offense, all things considered. A lot of good swings, as you kind of imagine. But still, there always has to be a start. There's always one play that kind of catapults the game. But 1-0 the count here. DeLulo a single and a stolen base in this game after a really good offensive performance in the last. As he will drill this one again deep to left field. Did he do it again? Not quite. Well, he did one-hop the fence. He did get it back over. It's not the same exact thing, but he will take the ground rule double. Nice little swing, one-hopping the carpet. And just to check, in the last game, he is a triple away from a combined cycle. Has the double, has the single, has the home run. Just not that triple, but he'll take this swing. Another good hopper. And that'll extend the inning, giving Brock Miller a chance to drive in run number 10. And with it, Release is going for a baseball kill shot, which, as we mentioned yesterday when it happened, it doesn't happen. And again, for those who don't know, kill shot in basketball, 10-0 run or more. Baseball, 10-0 run should not happen. If it does, something went wrong somewhere, which is kind of what happened here. A 9-0 run as things stand, 9 unanswered for Release, 5 of which did come in the 5th inning, or 4th inning rather, and then a few more came, and then a few more came. It was 5-2-2, the breakdown so far. But this offense has been consistently good, scoring 15 across the 2 games, on average beating this Premier team 7.5-2. That would be, of course, with the averages taken into consideration and spread across the 2 games. As well, the question is, pitching-wise, will Reynolds finish this one out? I think he might bring on another arm to see if that'll make it go easier, but definitely could be a possibility. The 2-2, swing and a miss, and Maslick will get his first strikeout of the day, ending the 6th. But another good bit of hitting for Release. They plate 2 more, up by 5. They take their lead into the 7th, 3 outs to get the sweep.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made by Release. It'll be Jacob Gunvalson coming out of the pen. The rising sophomore at John Carroll, by way of Menor, 8 innings of work this past season, 7 earned runs, 7 walks, 5 Ks, a 7.88 ERA in 5 appearances, as he looks for a bigger role for the Blue Streaks in 2027. And as we have said, a good summer does lead to good success in the following spring. So part of it starts here for Gunvalson. His first pitch taken over towards short. A couple of hops. Throw to first from Shag is on the money. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. That is the efficiency he wants to get on the mound to get out of this one quickly. So back to the top of the order we go with Kyle Reinberger. A really good day at the plate, and in general for him, had that bunt single earlier on. 1 for 3 with some good swings, but his defense, that is the calling card. That is what has made him a popular player today for Premier, and will give him some good looks next season for Grove City. This past season did bat .283 for them. 9 RBIs, 1 double, 1 triple, and 3 stolen bases in 32 games, 25 of which he did starts. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Of course, Grove City, they made it to the Mount Union Regional in 2025. That could have been their first ever appearance. I do believe it was. And the end bowed out with 2 losses. 1-2 Rowan, which they were the team that competed with Rowan the best and then lost to Mount Union the next morning, ending their tournament run. Grove City this past season did not make it to the NCAA tournament, but looks to rebuild and get back there in 2027. It's still weird to say that the next season for baseball is 2027. It doesn't sound right. It really doesn't. Count 1-2 on the shortstop. Gunvalson sets and delivers, but will miss a little bit low. In the on-deck circle, it is Michael Samano, the third baseman. Time just past 8 o'clock, 8:05 Eastern Standard Time here in Berea. The 2-2. Reinberger takes this one again towards short. Shag on the run. His throw to one is perfect. The shortstops have been quite impressive on the run today. Shag and Reinberger both making the plays. This time it's Shag against Reinberger. 2 up, 2 down. And Release is 1 out away from the sweep and win number 11. Of course, the Terriers getting their sweep today, so both teams just kind of draw a line in the sand in regard to the standings. But Release, you can kind of feel that they are, as I mentioned a few times, in a perfect spot to be in the NABF World Series, barring a crazy late-season collapse or a crazy late-season resurgence from somebody. NMC was one of those teams that could be a candidate. They're pretty much out of the race now with those 2 losses today. T3, one of the closest teams out of the race on the outside looking in that could make something happen. 0-2 count here on Samano, down to his final strike, as is Premier as a whole. Gunvalson looking for the 1-2-3 inning to cap off the doubleheader win. His 0-2, it's there for strike 3 looking, and that'll do it. Gunvalson ends it here, a 1-2-3 frame with 1 strikeout, and Release gets the win 9-4, sweeping Premier. When we return, we will announce our player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville, as you are watching WRCL Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Looks like it's the meeting of the tops here right in front of us on the diamond. A lot of former and current Tri-C players meeting up for some good baseball today. 9-4 your final. Release gets win number 11 on the season. A big win in regard to the NABF World Series standings as they are one step closer to clinching a berth into the big dance. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville is going to be Tommy Hash. Hit an RBI double late in this one, but his defense, a big reason why he has earned this honor. 2 big catches out in right field. If any of those get down, or worst case scenario, both get down, this game could be a lot different. Premier could have easily scored a few more runs. His defense and his offense earns him the award, as he will join Ryan DeLulo with those honors exiting play today. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe while there is no added cost. It greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. Again, looking for more sponsors to help make our telecast possible. So if interested, contact us there as well to make something happen. And, of course, with some big games coming up, make sure you are staying tuned with us. We post game updates typically on YouTube. If the game link exists, odds are we will be there. Instagram will probably be the morning of, or if it's an early start, then we will post the graphic the night before. It just depends on start time. Like today was one where we could post it in the morning, so we did. But a number of ways to check if we're broadcasting any given game, so make sure you utilize those. Again, Sunday, guaranteed in action, I believe, over at John Carroll for 5 games. Might do a couple of games on Friday at John Carroll. The next 3 days, because of the extreme heat, are a no-go. The equipment has already struggled in the heat today. We're going to have to take the next couple of days off, as it is supposed to be 95 the next 3 days. So make sure you're staying hydrated and staying inside if possible. I will be doing that because I do not want to fry in this heat, as I'll tell you what, without this tent, it would have been brutal today. Again, thank you to BW for helping us put up this tent and for allowing us to kind of use this space. It's a perfect place to call a game, quite honestly. Of course, I'm doing the technical stuff like switching cameras like this and even moving some cameras, doing the scoreboard. Anything and everything involved with the broadcast, as it is just me, but otherwise just a spot to come up here and call a game. Really good vantage point, right by home plate. You can see down both lines. Always appreciative of BW, Matt Rosinski, and everybody else involved with release as well for allowing us to come here and cover these games. As for our WRCL coverage, I believe if the weather holds up next Monday, we will be back here. 1 versus 2 release versus Stark County. It'll be a doubleheader, 4 and 6 again. Always a fun time here at the Fishbowl, and we're excited to be back here at least a few more times this summer. But that'll do it for us here today in Berea. 9-4, your final release gets the win in game number 2 as they improve to 11-4 on the season. Premier, in the meantime, drops to 3-13. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Fisher Field, and we will see you again next time. This has been WRCL Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in, and as always, we will see you again next time.